So it did happen today. We lost Spirit Airlines. Man, this is very bad. This is just so you know, look, we made a lot of fun of Spirit Airlines, and a lot of it was warranted. I'm gonna do it tonight. But you should also be very aware that if people always love to play recession indicator. You know, people are always like, oh, you know, the price of cookies is up. That's a recession indicator. Or, oh, people aren't buying tickets to as many baseball games. That's a recession indicator. I'm not an economist, but I think a whole airline shutting down might be a recession indicator. This is very bad. They closed. Okay, so Spirit closed at 3 a.m. this morning. Everyone who I know has quit a job. Nobody I know has had their job quit at 3 a.m. It's just 3 in the morning and your job call you like, I'm not coming in today. So that's what. So basically, they shut down all the operations effective immediately. And when they said immediately, they meant like immediately means like while you're still in the air and you're landed. I'm thankful everything landed immediately, right? They shut down immediately. And the thing that's heartbreaking about this is that Spirit Airlines did have a lot of fairness to it. You know, we live in a world where there's an expectation around decorum. Right? There's an expectation socially about what you can and cannot do based on the optics. And Spirit never cared about any of that. I'm sure some of them found out in the air. That's got to be terrible. Like, it's one thing to find out you don't work where you work anymore. But to find out in the air has to be different. Because here's the thing. If you work for like a trucking company, and they did you dirty. They went ahead and said, hey, we've dissolved as a company effective immediately. This isn't even a company. You won't even get paid your hourly rate. We'll pay you for the hour that we were still operating, but now into the future you could just get out of the truck and be like, go find your own inventory then. If you But it's a play. Like you at least, if I was Spirit, I would tell specifically air traffic control not to tell them anything until they landed. You know what I mean? Like, imagine, because you can hear some of the like correspondence between air traffic control and some of the pilots even now. People landed and air traffic control is like, I'm sorry about what happened to you guys. And then you hear the pilot be like, what? No, it's not. It wouldn't be fair to put that on air traffic control. Their job is already hard enough. They would definitely let it slip. They got too many things to worry about. You know, Spirit Airlines fascinated me the entire time I was an airline, because I had to fly Spirit plenty of times. My career has been up and down. Oh, truly, sometimes you would fly Spirit and I'd be like, this seems like scam money. You know what I mean? Like, I would show up, I'd be like, $59, are you sure? $59 for a round trip. Are you sure y'all using jet fuel? Because y'all gotta be using Crisco for these prices. There is no way y'all are burning jet fuel and I paid $59 with everyone else who was broke to get so far. I used to love those like viral videos of things that were happening on Spirit Airlines. Like, I don't know if y'all remember the possum. All right, I guess a bunch of y'all haven't seen this. Okay, so in the way that a lot of houses that are haunted usually have a bunch of activity in the basement or the attic, there's something about where they would put Spirit in an airport. Let's just say Spirit never had prime real estate in the airport. You would actually get scanned through TSA and then go have to find the Spirit terminal and be like, it's in here, right? Like, be tucked away a little bit. And there was this one time, I don't even remember which airport it was, but there was the Spirit gates corner of the airport, and everybody heard this rumbling. You know, so people waiting to get on their flight and everything, and Spirit is telling them that their flight is late because it is always going to be late. And then from the ceiling, people were hearing. It's one thing to hear noises in a wall. A wall's already terrifying. You could be squirrels, could be a bird in there, nobody knows. The ceiling, if I hear noises above me, I have to leave. And then, out of nowhere, a couple tiles fall from the roof, and a possum falls out of the ceiling, holding on to one cord, trying to gain some leverage back. It's holding on like this. And in the end, because here's the thing, whenever there's a wild animal doing something where they're not supposed to, I experience this with rats in New York all the time. When you see rats on the tracks and there's a distance, there's like a barrier there where you can just watch them and it's not that big of a deal. When you see the possum hanging from what probably are some pretty important wires. I'm no electrician, but anytime I'm in a building and I see wires, I'm like, I bet they're supposed to be there. I bet you these wires do something. I don't think they just lay down extra for decoration inside the insulation. And so this possum is, hey, he couldn't get the other leg up, so he hanging like this. And people are recording and just watching, completely fascinated. Until finally, the possum can't hold on anymore, and he drops to the ground. As soon as he drops to the ground, pandemonium. It's like, as soon as he drops to the ground, chaos. As soon as the thing drops to the ground, first of all, it hit way harder than I thought. Possums must be much heavier than I thought they were. Even the possums I've encountered, I've been like, all right, it's nimble, so I always assume nimble is light. But this thing, it just slammed. I was surprised it didn't knock itself out because it slammed the ground. Everybody heard the thud, and then even the gate agents hopped the desk. They were like, ah! Imagine you late now. Flight taking off late. And people are calling, because they'll call the other airport. You know, people get in trouble when the flight's late for no reason. They call, why is your flight late? Why haven't you departed yet? And now you got to explain that there's a possum wreaking havoc at gate 47. We don't know where he is right now, all right? He could be anywhere. He could be behind us right now. I even saw, there was video. It was a plane taking off. Pretty sure it was a Spirit plane that was taking off. And you know how they pull that wheel back in? You know what I mean? They all go up in the plane. And as they were pulling it back in, half the wheel fell off. It's the beginning of the flight. The flight just started. Or one of my favorites, when I saw it, I was like, I hope this isn't real, but it looked very real. There was a guy on a Spirit plane with duct tape. Just ripping the duct tape and putting it on the wing. Which, as someone who doesn't understand flying, seems like the most important part of the plane. But I'm gonna miss Spirit for real. I'm gonna miss the fights. We all act like we didn't like to watch those fights. But it would inspire passionate debate between my friends and I on who was in the right, you know? Because some people see a fight video, but I see like, what is the best practice? who's really right and wrong here? Because that's going to depend on who I'm rooting for in the fight. You see, sometimes pastors would get into it. And I love that people on Spirit always manage to take something that should be a means of relaxation and turn it into a weapon. I remember I saw this dude get choked out with a neck pillow. And I was like, that never occurred to me. Yeah, I guess you are truly susceptible. Imagine choking somebody out with a neck pillow and then as soon as they pass out, just turn it back around. I don't even fully understand what happened when it comes to Spirit's downfall. I knew they filed for bankruptcy. In the first bankruptcy, I understood. When they first filed for bankruptcy, I was like, yeah, of course. The second time they filed for bankruptcy, I was like, y'all never got out of the first bankruptcy. I guess I don't understand how business works at all, because I thought that if you filed for bankruptcy, you were bankrupt. I didn't know you could go back to court and be like, oh no, we broke, bro. We need a whole second bankruptcy to go on top of this bankruptcy. Like, even when you play Monopoly, you're just out of the game. You don't have to now work for the game and file another bankruptcy and put down another mortgage on Park Place. Like, that's a wild thing. So they were bankrupt, and they were bankrupt because I don't know what the chapters are. The chapters also feel fake to me. I know I don't understand business. I don't know what chapter 7, chapter 11, but like the fact that in the book of bankruptcy, there are different chapters that mean different things. I'm like, no. Because I personally, and I don't know if you've heard me talk about this before, but personally, I think that anything that works on like a micro level kind of works that same way on a macro level, unless you are using specific jargon to try to confuse me. Do you know what I mean? Like if something doesn't work between us as individuals, then it doesn't really make sense for it to work when it's a big company. Not really. If I lend you money and then you spend my money and then you're out of money and then you tell me you're out of money, then you're out of money. Seems pretty straightforward. I don't really think you're not out of money because you go get a loan from somebody and you still haven't paid me back. Like that doesn't make sense to me. But once again, I understand business. Maybe this is all business. But they filed one chapter of bankruptcy and then they filed for the sequel. And then they were asking for a bailout from the government. Like now, like I mean, that's why they're closed. They wanted a bailout from the government now to tune of like, I think $500 million, which if you need $500 million and no one is trying to kill you, you're bad at business. This one thing, if somebody like trapped you in an alley and put a gun to your head, they were like, give me $500 million, I'll kill you. And then you were like, okay, just give me some time to get the money. It's like, you got 1 week. Now, okay, you need $500 million, but for a very good reason. But if you run a business and you are negative $500 million, I understand the margins are thin. I get that. I get that the margins on airlines are razor thin. But if you see 500 million on a piece of paper and all the letters and numbers are red, you might be worse at business than me. Like, I at least don't understand business. You supposedly do business. I've only ever been negative $24. I'm not saying I'm better at business than the people who are running Spirit, but I'm just saying on paper, I look fantastic. And then they even told the customers, they were like, listen, look. Because people talk to you different when they're broke. Like when they're broke, like when somebody broke, you get 9 looks before you get to the point. Like, look. Okay. All right. You get 5 eyes and 9 looks. When somebody, I know a lot of broke people. Honestly, by the fourth look, I'm like, you don't have it. Just tell me you don't have it. Don't waste my time. You don't have the money. But look. All right. Because that last all right is because they know you're starting to get mad, but they still haven't figured out what they're about to say. Look. All right. Look. Okay. I know you bought a ticket. And you did it the regular way where you were like, ooh, I'm gonna buy a ticket because I want to go to a place. And we were like, we go places. Buy a ticket with us. We go play where you want to go. Oh, I want to go to Cancun. We love Cancun. We'll take you to Cancun. I know you bought a ticket because we were acting like and you got on the website and the website was working all good that day and everything. There was no buffering or anything. And your ticket came so fast. We were surprised too, right? So then. But look, I don't know how to tell you this. I don't know how to tell you. Okay, so you bought the ticket. I know you bought the ticket a while ago because you were trying to plan ahead because that's you. You a smart, good person. Also, when people are broke, they start to flatter you hard. Like, you a smart. No, you so smart. Sometimes I'll just be seeing you. I'll be like, look, smart, right? So you just, look, you're smart and you thought ahead and you bought the ticket and we sold you that ticket. We did do that. We did. We should take accountability. We did sell you what you bought from us. That was the model at the time. That was the plan. That, you want something, we would sell you something. You would get on the plane. That's a big part. You would get on the plane. And then that plane would be going to Cancun anyway, so you would just be riding with them. You'd be riding with everybody who wanted to go to Cancun, right? And then you would land in Cancun and you'd be like, oh, I'm in Cancun. You would have a great time. And then you would come back on the same or different, but you would come back with a bunch of other people who wanted to get back into the United States. And I hate, look, everything I'm telling you is what you expected, and that's reasonable because you did everything you were supposed to do. You paid the money, you bought the ticket, we used the money. But I hate to tell you, and I hate to be the one to tell you, I wanted to bring you good news today. I wanted us to just be able to chill and hang out and have a good time. But the second half of what you expected to happen, we closed. We closed, and I hate it too. You know what I mean? They not paying me to talk to you right now. We closed. And so you have to find a different way back with a different airline. I'm sorry, I hate it. Look, I hate it, but it's the way it shook out, Wish we would have merged with JetBlue when we had the chance, but didn't work out that way. So now you might have to stay. That's also the crazy thing is people bought the flights. And Spirit is like, look, we will refund all the methods of payment. You paid on credit card or debit card, we're gonna refund you that. You're gonna get it back, don't worry. Which you should definitely be worried. Like, this is this is one of the brokest companies to ever exist, apparently. This is how, why would I not be worried? You said you had a plane. You said you had a plane that did flights and then you were a company, and now you're like, don't worry about your 150. You're gonna get that back, I promise you. That's the last lie a broke person tells you. The money you're not even thinking about right now. Like, the situation is so dire, you're not even thinking about the extra money in the future, and they're like, oh, before you even worry, you gonna get that back, I promise you. How? You don't operate as a business. You told everybody not to come to work. They closed the call centers too. They closed the call center. Imagine you see an update on Twitter that Spirit is closed, and you're like, ooh, that's funny because I have a flight this morning and I didn't get an email. And so then you try to call Spirit. I'm sure there's at least two people that were still at the call center, and the phone's ringing, and you just see the boss be like, don't pick it up. Imagine now, you pick up the phone. I told you not to pick up. Spirit Airlines. Hey, I'm hearing something about y'all are closed. Like, are y'all still operating as an airline? I'm not here. If they ask for the manager, don't hand me the phone. You're the manager now. You the manager. You want to pick up the phones? You're the manager. They didn't have call centers, and they told people not to show up to work, so there was nobody at the gates. So if you did come to the airport, I don't even know. Maybe, look, I don't know because I wasn't at the airport this morning, but I wonder if you come to the airport and you got your ticket, I imagine you can still get through TSA because you're supposed to have a flight that day. And now you show up, you rock up to your gate. Nobody anywhere. There's like one possum in the corner. One possum in the corner chewing wires like. Ain't nobody coming. Man, this is very bad. I don't even think we know yet. I can't even pretend to predict what happens next, but this is bad. And this one, Spirit already wasn't doing well. That is true. That is true that as a company, they weren't doing what companies do as far as successfully bringing in money. But like the nail in the coffin is definitely this war. That's the price increase of fuel just did them in. Because when you're already broke, you can't afford for anything else to go wrong. You know, if you already struggling, and then they're like, oh, by the way, bread is $20 now. Then that's a wrap, you know? And that's the thing that I think might get lost in all this, is that sure, Spirit was negotiating with the government for some sort of bailout or hopeful resolution, get a little bit more cash flow in and everything, but like the direct result of them going under is definitely these fuel prices caused by a war that we don't know why. We don't know why, or we don't know why, or if, or are we winning? Like this is one of the most confusing wars. Look, I haven't been in many wars, all right? And I'm only saying I'm in it because I'm in the country. I'm not fighting in the war or anything. But this war, first of all, it started. And nobody was sure that it had started. When it started, we were like, don't you need Congress? And they were like, no, we don't need, it's not war. Then, when it was clearly a war, when people had even started saying war out of nowhere with no regard for what it actually meant in terms of like how long you can have a conflict without the approval of Congress appropriating more funds and everything, then people were like, oh, but we're doing well, I think, or we're at least at a stalemate, maybe. And then you get to this week, which is the deadline for you to be in any conflict without Congress approval so that they can give you more funds to fight a war that you're winning. And so then, you know, the president says that it's done. We're not doing war anymore. This is just, no. Which is weird because everyone's not back that you sent. Do you know what I mean? Like, I imagine if you are in the military and you're in Iran for a reason related to the war, not war that we're having, you see that the president has said all the operations are terminated, and you have the same amount of confusion as a Spirit Airlines employee, like getting an email from the company. Uh-oh. And I look, I don't know what's happening. Like I don't really get it either, because this thing, I think it supposedly just sort of resets the clock in their minds. They're like, we're gonna say that everything's terminated, but then next week, first thing on Monday, we're gonna be like, they did something, we clearly have to respond, and they'll resume, and we'll just do a war, not war, 60 days at a time, I guess, until we win. Can we win? I don't really understand what the point is anymore, because my thing is, whenever you're in an actual fight, because once again, remember, micro, macro, right? What should work for you and I as individuals has to work, at least by logic, on some bigger level. You can't just mix it all up because it's a bigger idea. I understand it gets more complicated the bigger something gets, but like, if it doesn't make sense for you and I, it doesn't actually make sense in a bigger way. And any fight that I've been in, I was pretty aware I was in a fight. Do you know what I mean? I've never been tussling with somebody like, are we fighting? No, because when you're in a fight, it's very clear that the person trying to fight you is trying to fight you. And so then, I've never been in a fight where I was like, is it a fight? And then whenever I've been in a fight, I was very aware whether or not I was winning the fight. If I'm on the ground, I'm not doing great. That's never my plan, to be looking up from the ground in the middle of the fight. And I think I'm always aware, while in the fight, how to win the fight. You know, just punch balls. Like, you just punch. Look, you try to fight like a gentleman at first. Look, you do your best, but when you're clearly outclassed or he's bigger than you, you just give it a kick. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's possible this time. We're at a war, and we're reaching a sort of choking point with our fuel. There's talk of if the strait stays closed, how hard it'll be on farmers for fertilizer, all these other supply chain issues and everything. And I don't know, like, you would think, if you let the president tell it, that any day now they'll be begging for us to end this war that we're not even in. But every day that he says that, every day that he posts how hard we're winning, they post a music video of Legos that really make it feel like we're not winning. The music video of Lego, I don't care if it's AI or not. Well, if you got time to make a music video with Legos, you're not as down bad as the president is saying you are. This is, and I can't help but feel like Spirit is just like the first big domino. You know? Because what is going to happen now? Now that you can't fly cross country for $2.50. What is going to happen now? Truly, like, I think that Spirit closes, and some of the other airlines are whatever worried about trying to take up some of that market share. But I think if you see Spirit close and you're Greyhound, like, all right, you have to teach these drivers how to box. I would love a Spirit Airlines fight, because usually the window seat is like prime real estate. Usually you want a window seat. I can just speak for myself. Like, some people have long legs, they want the aisle, or they know they're gonna have to get up and use the bathroom, they want the aisle, but I love a window seat. You know, you can just see right out the window. Beautiful. You can see the clouds, and as you take off, everything gets so small and everything. It's amazing. But on Spirit, at least from the videos I've seen and from some of the flights I've taken, if you were in a window seat, you boxed in. You don't want a window seat. You don't get to defend properly. Middle seat also bad for all the reasons that a middle seat is bad, but also because now you actually have the worst vantage point to see the fight unless it's happening in front of you. Now you gotta stand all the way up and turn around. The ideal seat on Spirit Airlines flight is the aisle seat. It's the seat that you can easily get out of the way if the fight is coming towards you in one of those smoke cloud situations. Allows you to get up and give yourself some space from the fight. But man, there was one time I was watching this video. This pilot landed. He's coming on, talking to air traffic control, and he's like, "Just so you're aware, we will need police. There's some sort of fight in the cabin. It hasn't breached the cockpit yet, but I do hear some banging. I think that banging is incidental. I don't think they're trying to get to us. I think that someone is just being thrown against the cockpit door. So we will need police at the gate." The air traffic control came on smooth. They were like, "Copy." No follow-up questions. Just, yep, sounds about right. You are flying on a Friday. No, my favorite would be when the Spirit employees would have words with each other in front of you. You would just, normally the drama in a workplace is confined to the break room. You know, you'll be working somewhere and then at lunchtime somebody comes in and they complain about the person who's been annoying them during their shift, and then they leave and then that person comes in annoying another person. You hear both sides of the story. Or sometimes if you have one of those office jobs that uses Slack, somebody will Slack you, she's so annoying. You know? But as Spirit, they really kept it real. There was one time I went up to the gate agent, and I try to be too polite. I apologize for everything before I even start talking. Like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. I know, I was just wondering, because please, I'm sorry. Hello. I had a quick question for you. And basically, I just needed to change something on my ticket. Like at the time, I didn't have a seat number, so I just needed a seat number. I was like, do I need to wait like on some other airlines, or is this a mistake because it's printed but there's no seat number? Can you give me a seat number? And she's like, oh yeah, sure, fine. I got you. You're all good. And so she starts types my name in, types on the ticket, looking at the ticket, looking at the computer, look at me, just type. And then this other gate agent walks up and is like, hey, I was hoping to use this station when you're done. And the woman helping me took one step away from me as if I wouldn't hear her. And she said, I told you, if you ever speak to me again, I'm slamming your head against the keyboard. Now I see you talking to me, and right now I see teeth. But we could easily make that keyboard keys. It's up to you. And then the woman that she was talking to said, don't be mad, I took your man, right? And I was standing there like, they still have my ID, so. I would love to walk away, but Guess I'll wait. No. No, there was nothing like flying Spirit because they truly kept it like as honest as possible. They did. Like when you walked up and you were like, what's the problem? Because, you know, sometimes the people who were flying Spirit and paid so little for their ticket also got the biggest attitude. And so they walk right up to the gate agent, no polite, no how you doing, no I'm sure you're busy, no sorry to bother you, nothing like that. Why in the plane here? I watched it. I'm on the same flight as them. I'm late too, but like I don't know if the plane's not here. We look out the window and the plane's not here. The plane's not here. What can we really do? And this woman walked up and she was like, "Why in the plane here?" And the gate agent of Spirit Airlines said, "Why your eyebrows like that?" Quick recap. The plane isn't here yet. We're delayed, obviously. This woman walks up to the gate agent. "Why isn't the plane here yet?" The gate agent, without, I'm assuming, thinking, without missing a beat, just, "Why your eyebrows like that?" We all have questions. Go sit back down. When you look at Europe, if you've ever gone to Europe, you'll see that there's just a ridiculous amount of airlines and a ridiculous amount of spectrum in the prices. Like there are so many, we talk about Spirit and stuff, but there are so many Spirit airlines of Europe. There's like 9. One time I was stuck in France because the airline, I'm not used to the airline being like, "We don't know where the plane is." Because I was in France, right? And it was a connection. And so I had to connect. And when I get to France, I'm just in the airport, I was kind of blown away because there's so many airlines going through Paris, right? And so I was just looking at all of them, and then I noticed that that my flight had changed colors. And I was like, usually when things change to red, it's not good. So then I went up to talk to a gate agent, and the gate agent was like, "Oh, that's a mistake. Don't worry. The plane is on the way." One of the things that's very important to remember when you're traveling, because sometimes people freak out prematurely because they're at the airport and they're just waiting to be screwed over, right? They're just like the gate agent will say, "Have a nice day." You'd be like, "What? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my bad." So sometimes when your flight is delayed, it's like a mechanical thing. Like it's just, hey, there's just a piece that we need to put back on because you want it to land, right? And then sometimes what's happening is that it's late from wherever it left because they're using the same plane all day. If this plane, if you leave at like 6 a.m. and your plane's delayed by an hour, that plane delayed all day. Everyone for the rest of the day is screwed. Even after you leave this plane, the people who need this plane, they're gonna be like 2 hours late, right? And so I go up to the gate agent, I'm like, "Hey, can you tell me if this is canceled or not?" "No, the plane is on the way." And I was like, "Okay." And I go and I sit down, and then I notice like an hour later, it doesn't change from the red. So I go back up to the gate agent, I'm like, "Hey, is the plane on the way?" And it's a different gate agent this time. And this person is like, "Oh, I don't know why they told you it was on the way. We don't know where it is." And in my head, I was like, I hope your English is just really bad. I think, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not in the US. I'm in your country. You're speaking English to me as a courtesy. I understand. But like, you said you didn't know where the plane was, in which case it should be on the news. Like, that shouldn't be something that just I find out. That can't be a secret between us. That my plane is gone, but not, but maybe, I don't know. I was losing it. I was like, so wait, you can't find it. Is it in the air you can't find it? Or like, is it over water and you can't find it? And they're like, yeah, we don't know when the plane's gonna get here because we can't find it. And I was like, getting here is now not the issue. You can't find a plane. And then the plane does get there. The plane lands safely at the gate like it's supposed to. And so I'm so relieved for all the people deplaning. Like everybody is deplaning, and I look like you know, like when a child like gets lost in the grocery store and they're just like wandering because they're just like, oh, what is mac and cheese? You know what I mean? Like they just get enamored with all of the second shelf stuff that they can actually reach, and they're just like, ooh, these are hard. What is this? It's just a bag of rice. It's like, what is this? And then their parents lose them, so their parents are freaking out. And then there'll even be an announcement in the grocery store, like, hey, can you come? You know, your mom's looking for you. You know. And then the parent sees the child again. Like they finally link up, whether it's a store employee that finds the kid or they find the kid. And then the parent is like, oh, you know, like crying and just shaking. I can't imagine what it's like the first time you lose your kid. I say first because you gotta lose your kid. I don't feel like you're a real parent if you never lose your kid. Like if you've never lost your kid, you care too much. Like you gotta dial it back. If you have never lost your kid, I guarantee, I'm not your kid, but I can guarantee you right now, if you've never lost your kid, you are smothering them, okay? Just to prove you're human, you gotta lose your kid, at least for 2 minutes. At least, even if it's just a oh, okay, that's it. Even that. But now you grab the kid, and you ready to cry, and you shaking, and the kid's like, oh, this is really not that serious. I was really just looking for the Fruit Loops. That's how I was to everyone that was deplaning. I was over here. They were just getting off, having conversation, enjoying their day, and I was like, we're almost gone. And then they finished deplaning, and I'm standing there, you know, ready to get on, and and then the gate agent sees me lighted up, and they're like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, because I bought this ticket that I didn't fully understand the ticket, but it said I was A1, and to me, A1 must mean I get on the plane first, right? And so I was just trying to line up, just be where I was supposed to be, and they were like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, you know, I'm A1, so I figured I would line up and everything. And they were like, oh, the flight is canceled. I was like, what do you mean the flight's canceled? And they were like, yeah, don't you see the red on the board? It's sad to lose something like Spirit. Because everyone else, you know, they're doing their best, but they don't bring that same energy. You know? You need, in any industry, a clear bottom. And now what'll happen? Now this is rough. Because who is it gonna be? Yeah. Everybody's got their complaints about every airline, don't get me wrong. But like we're being honest. Maybe Frontier. Maybe Frontier. Southwest better watch out. Frontier and Southwest competing for next. I like Southwest, but you know what's funny about them is that they really try to slowly be one of the regular airlines. But every change they make, you teach people how to treat you, whether as a person or as a company. You teach people what they can and can't get away with in front of you. Oh, and so there are things that Delta might do with points on their cards. There's things that JetBlue might do as far as like upgrades and everything, but they train you how to treat them. And And for a long time, Southwest was that airline that gave you like Spirit prices with American Airlines atmosphere. This stuff was cheap, but it felt like it was all part of a plan. You know? Spirit would be cheap, but it'd be cheap in a way where you felt like through your ticket you were giving them gas money. No, everybody got a cousin that hit you up. Look, I need $12.50, all right? I need $12.50 till payday. You know I got you, okay? Southwest had this vibe that was like, look, we are trying to offer you the most reasonable price and the most comfortable experience for the regional airlines that were going to be able to fly you. You know, so you didn't see a bunch of Southwest flights going everywhere, but you saw them going to plenty of places, offering some good service and everything. And then, I don't know if it was a new CEO taking over. I don't know if they were just feeling themselves, but they were like, we're going to eliminate the free check bag. And everybody with their full chest like, what'd you just say? No, I want to hear it again. What'd you just say? I know you must be out of your mind. You Southwest, all right? Don't come over here doing Delta, United, JetBlue stuff. You're Southwest. Only reason I fly you is for the check back. Oh, you gonna make me slap you. You gonna make me slap you. You bringing out a side of me I don't like. You stepping out of your place, Southwest. Got everybody lined up in the airport like it's snack time at school and you want us to pay for check bags. You must be out of your mind, Southwest. Now boarding A 1 through 50. Who came up with this system? The only reason I didn't say anything is because you had the check bag. You got me standing next to people. You can't just call groups like everybody else. You gotta get us to stand up there because y'all don't have enough employees, don't have any organization. You know what you need to do is have the free check bag. Because now you don't have the free check bag. I'm starting to notice that your airline too. You over here too. I sit down, I press the button, I go, that's unacceptable now. If I'm paying check bag money, I need reclining money. The idea that you would say with your full chest, we're gonna start charging for bags like you're somebody. Like you gonna tell me what's about to happen. I'd be sweating if I was Southwest. Southwest seat already doesn't recline much. Like that's the beginning. That's if you know you about to have a fight on the plane where your seat go like that. No. Imagine you. I remember my first Spirit flight. I got on the plane and saw the button. I was like, okay. I thought it was a mistake. I was over here. Ooh, that's rough. That's rough. Because you even see tray table. That Spirit Airlines tray table was very specific. You couldn't fit much on it because this isn't a flight made for you to be comfortable. I'm surprised that Spirit went out like this. I thought that surely they would be the first to sell flights with no seats. I was positive Spirit would sell you the flight and they'd be like, you don't have a seat. There's a handle like the bus. And you go, Captain, come on, there's gonna be some turbulence. Like, oh no! Now you over here holding on, doing the Tom Cruise from Mission Impossible. It's coming, by the way. They keep every 2 years they tease these standing seats just to see how much we freak out. Because I remember when they first floated it, and it was just like a prototype look thing. I can't remember the airline that said they were gonna maybe implement it in 2026 or whatever. But this is way back in like 2019. And so it wasn't on the books yet as something that but people lost their minds so hard that I can't remember which airline it was, but they came out and they were like, we just y'all, April Fools. Y'all hate jokes. Oh my gosh. Y'all, everybody's so serious. Stop. We were all playing. Nobody's gonna make you stand up on the plane. That's crazy. It's not even safe, even though it would save a lot of money. It's not even like something that we've been considering, even though it would help us greatly. It just, y'all, honestly, y'all annoying sometimes, if I can be honest with you. And then in 2022, they came out with the same thing again. It might have been a different airline, might have been the same airline, but they came out again, and this time they actually had like a model that you could see. So the first time it was just like barely a sketch, and the next one was a model, and then we freaked out again. Like if you were online at the time that this was happening, you were like in that corner of the internet that was freaking out about it, you saw people being like, so you were lying before, you were working on it, because now you look like you've been working on it harder. Now there's something to look at. Like now I see where you would put my legs and everything. Like this is crazy. And they again came out, they were like, y'all stop. Like y'all like act like you never seen a model before. Like we were playing, you know, even though it's ergonomic and it actually wouldn't be that uncomfortable if you wanted to try. We were joking. Stop. And then last year, there was like a news report about how they wanted to do this. And you even saw this like, I guess it was an animation of someone getting into the thing, and instead of it being a seat, it's like basically like a hook. It's like a roller coaster. Exactly. You know what it is? It's the Batman from Six Flags. Now that I think about it. Yeah, no. It's exactly like the Batman from Six Flags, because it's like a roller coaster, got a little hook here, and then you go ahead and you straddle that hook. And you strap in. And then you fly. You flying the way that babies fly on their mom's back when they, you know, when the mom has that baby backpack thing, it's exactly like that, but it's for you who paid $200. I don't know, it's coming. I thought Spirit would be the first one. That would have been great. In a dystopian future where that is flying, it being done with Spirit would have been dope. Because Spirit would have made it cool. They would have made it like entertaining. They would have made it like fun. You'd see the videos of people trying to fight, standing up next to each other, looking like toddlers. So, this is tough. It's a hard one to come to grips with, because you don't really appreciate what you got until it's gone. You know, I'm a miss Spirit. Spirit was one of the only airlines that would really be honest with you. Like real honesty. That's what these low fare airlines give you. Is some true insight into the situation. You'll see even with, what was that, the miracle over Hudson and that Sully thing? Yes. Yeah, incredible. There's a reason they made a movie out of it. But I bet you he wasn't giving them a play-by-play as it was happening. Not on a Spirit flight. A Spirit flight, they're gonna be honest with you. They'll be like, look, captain's gonna come on. We out of fuel. We out of fuel, and look, I didn't do it. Hey. I didn't do it, all right? I'm not the one that fuels the plane, I fly the plane, but we out of fuel, okay? And look. All right. I know that you bought a ticket to get on a plane to go to Cancun. I understand, and that's our fault. That's our fault because at the time you bought the ticket assuming we have enough fuel to get to the place, and that is fair that you would assume that. That makes perfect sense. Because y'all are smart, you know. Like there are sometimes you fly a plane full of people and they're not smart. Y'all are smart, and I'm gonna need everybody to fasten your seatbelts, and I need you to pull the seatbelt tighter than you ever pulled it before, because we are about to go upside down, and you will feel it. All right. No, because a Spirit Airlines flight is gonna be full of honesty. Everybody would trash Spirit and would make fun of Spirit, but you know what was happening on Spirit? Everything that we wish would happen on all the other airlines. People would be on a Delta flight all the time, somebody acting crazy the whole flight, nobody says anything. Nobody would say anything. Like people genuinely losing their minds, nobody said anything. Not on Spirit. On Spirit, somebody would be like, hey, stop being crazy. Hey, stop. Hey, you scaring everybody. Stop. Like, we're clearly having a rough time. A lot has already happened this year. January was full of enough stuff to fit a whole year, you know? And we're not okay. We put on a brave face, but we're not all right. Clearly, you could tell. That's a distraught laugh. It really is rough out here. Elmo asked us one question. It took nothing. Elmo just said, how is everybody? And the floodgates opened. As an internet user, I was embarrassed. The way that everybody just poured everything out to Elmo. If you didn't see it, Elmo tweeted, hey, just check it in. How is everybody? And 185 million views. What, 1 million replies? I don't know how many replies. It was absolutely crazy. Everyone just told Elmo everything that was happening in the moment. There's no better indication that we need universal mental health care than everyone responding to Elmo like he was in the room. That's absolutely insane. I can't believe, poor Elmo. Elmo probably smoking a cigarette right now, trying to calm down after the horrific stuff. Because some people were sending in video, like all he said was, how is everybody? And then people under him, right underneath, like, they found me guilty, dog. Like, that's insane. This is not real right now. Go seek real help. That's just crazy. I felt for Elmo in that moment. I really did. I have a lot of different feelings about this from a lot of different angles, but the first one is that I felt bad for Elmo. Elmo didn't know. That's why Elmo asked. You know? You ever been that person? You ever been asking somebody how they're doing and then they tell you? You trying to make polite conversation. We won't even see each other in 4 minutes. Just pass by, how you doing? And then they're like, well, that's unacceptable. That is unacceptable social behavior. It's one thing if you say, you know, how you do it, and they say well, and then they don't really want to get into it, and then you ask because you care. That's different, right? I'm not saying you can never tell people what's going on with you, but I'm saying we've all been that person. You in the break room at work. This is your break. This is the only time of day you get to yourself. You in the break room, and then somebody walk in, and you sitting there trying to eat your Hot Pocket, right? Trying to eat your Hot Pocket that you brought for lunch, and you just munching away, trying to have a good time, fighting to find something on YouTube just to get through the day. And then somebody walks in, your worst coworker, you know who they are. They walk in, and then they try to put something in the microwave, and they're pressing every button, just everything, putting it on potato, on popcorn, everything, and it's awkward because it's only the two of you in the room. And so you go ahead and say, like, how you doing? Just throwing it out there just to kill some of the silence because you couldn't get your earbuds in fast enough, right? And then they go, well, I think I married the wrong person. And you're like, oh, no! I'm eating my Hot Pocket. I'm not ready for this shit. What's wrong with you? Just open it up like, you know, because it's like sometimes people grow apart. But also it's important to fight for what you love. You know, you got to fight, but then when's the time to fight? Because like the kids love her. They love her. So if I lose her, I lose the kids. You know, even the dog loves her more. Maybe the dog loves her more because she doesn't do this. How about that? Maybe start there. Maybe the dog also is aware of who has the better vibes between the two of you. I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm married to my own casket. Oh, wow. That's rough. I got one more Hot Pocket if I can get past you real quick. No? How is everybody? Just Elmo asking, how is everybody? I mean, to be fair to us, I won't put it all on us. Some of the blame goes with Elmo. Some of the blame goes with us. What a stupid question. Think about it. How is everybody is very much a 2012 question. Remember 2012? Remember Hope? Remember that? Remember back in 2012? 2012 was supposed to be the last year on Earth according to the Mayan calendar. And we were still twerking like nobody's business, dancing to that Savage song. Remember that? Hip Sweet? Remember that song? We were all dancing, no care in the world. If Elmo had asked us then, we'd be like, hey, it's not all good, but it's not all bad. He decided till after global pandemic and election year, high inflation. How's everybody doing? Get the fuck out of here. What a lunatic. What an absolute tone-deaf fuck. How is everybody doing? You know what it feels like? You know your friendliest friend. Just your real sweetheart of a friend. Like you know they're a good person, but they're annoyingly good. Like y'all be out together. Y'all be out as a group together, hanging out. Maybe 5 of you, 6, 7, 8 of you. And then you shut down the bar. The bar closes. Now you stand outside the bar trying to decide, hey, should I go to another bar? Should I go get food or should I go home, right? And y'all are trying to make this decision as a slightly buzzed group of people. And then a guy from out of nowhere, from the darkness, from the night, a man from the shadows will approach your group, right? And he doesn't look right. He doesn't look right. Everything is wrong. One arm is longer than the other. He doesn't carry his weight well. There's a lot happening. And then my man is just over here like walking up to y'all, and not walking up to y'all, really just slide to how's everybody night going? And then your friendliest friend, your sweetest, friendliest friend, this idiot, will be like, oh, we're pretty good. How are you? Why would you ask that? The answer will not be good. No matter what it is, he's not having a good night. Nobody moves like that. He's having a very particular life. How are you? That's the type of person that's going to answer you in full, right? In full paragraphs, in a monologue. How are you? Walk up. Well, I think I married the wrong person. You see what I mean? I just want to be like a fun guy. One of the reasons I'm not as fun is that I don't always understand or am caught up with trends. You know? Like being hip is what makes you fun to people who don't already know you. You got good clothes on, you know, stylish, whatever. I didn't know what Stanley's, I didn't know what Stanley's. When I found out about Stanley's, I thought white women had just got more into hockey, right? Like, I was like, why is everybody shitting on them for just doing what dudes do all the time? And then I found out that it was a cup, and it's just a cup for holding water, and then I got upset. Then I was furious. I was like, you got these women beating each other in the back of the head in Target for a cup to hold what? This is dystopian behavior. They out here fighting in Target like it's Mad Max Fury Road. It's so upsetting. It's really crazy. I don't know if you've seen the videos, but wow. This is truly wild. Starbucks, I think it was Starbucks made some sort of collaboration with Stanley, and they put it in Target for this pink Stanley. Now, the pink Stanley has fallen right out of the Barbie movie like a meteor to destroy the white community, all right? This is really bad. Because then when you see the video, and we've seen stuff like this, you've seen Black Friday videos, you've seen videos of people swinging on each other and everything. That's nothing new, really. But this is what bothered me, is that there's one video in particular where a guy tried to steal one. He wanted to steal one. He wanted one, right? This man tried to steal one. Remember that. The whole story for one, okay? This dude ran up and grabbed a box. Now, to be fair to everybody in the video, there's no way to know how many are in the box. He knows it's one, but it could be 36, right? He goes to run off with the box, and the whole video is just one woman's phone, and she's just going, stop him, stop him, stop him, stop it. And she really didn't need to yell anything because they were already on his ass. Like as soon as he peeled off, they were all behind him, and it was a swarm of white, I don't even know what you call this type of collection of white women. A bachelorette party of white women was chasing this man down, and they didn't just catch up to him, they grabbed him one limb at a time. Like, this man was taken to the ground systematically. And then they look, I'm not saying at the end of the video they swarm him. I'm not saying they killed him, but you'd never see him again, all right? It's pretty jarring. Like, they just swarm him and his body just disappears. And I don't know which video y'all saw, but the one I saw, you hear him at the end of the video go, Blah! It's like, that might be a death rattle. They may have really got him. That sounds like the last noise a man make before he go. That was crazy. He wanted to steal one. And look, I get it. He's at the store. It's a crime. I understand. But you never have bystanders step in like that. Never see anything like that. For a cup. Never forget this is a cup. I don't even know does it hold more water than any cup? This is absolutely crazy. People are stealing them and selling them out of trunks. This is crack for white women. This is out of a trunk. I got the white, I got the pink, I got the blue. You like fuchsia? I can get you right. It's absolutely insane. Then turns out they're full of lead. We've been beating the shit out of each other for lead cups like it's the Industrial Revolution. Slapping it. I'm not gonna lie to you. This low-key feels like a power play by China. I think China was like, this is the year, 2024 is the year we take America down. I was very weirded out by it, but also if it makes you happy, it makes you happy. A part of me even was kind of excited when I saw these videos, because I don't know, Stanley Cups, especially the pink ones, they're just Jordans for white women. Like, this is the last time I see that type of behavior, just openly being robbed of your possessions. Speaking of Jordans, this blew my mind. There's a company that is letting people rent Jordans, like monthly. You can't afford the Jordans, you can rent it from us monthly for like $19.95 a month. It's one of the saddest things I've ever seen. It's like, if you're one of the people in here doing it, then I apologize, but I'm about to talk about you. This is truly insane. Like, you don't own it. What a great metaphor for being an American. It's like, you don't own it, but you'll rent it because no one is going to check if you own it. Like, to be fair, I've never looked at someone's gear and been like, but is it yours? It's never occurred to me. If you're wearing a hat, I assume that's your hat. I don't think that's on layaway. I think that's a hat you liked, and so you bought it, and you must own it, you know? But now, it's created this weird thing for me, because what's the system like if you don't pay? Like the Jordan repo. Because think about this. How are you supposed to know? Let's say you have been making your payments. You're a couple months behind on those Jordans. How are you supposed to know if you get repoed or regular robbed? Do you know what I mean? You turn down a dark corner and somebody like come about them Jordans and you're like, no, legally do I have to? I was even thinking back to how, yeah, like politics has changed and everything, but the internet has also become a different type of vehicle for messaging. Like, don't you remember when conspiracy theories were like not everything? Do you remember that? Like, now people will have a conspiracy theory about something you've never heard about at all. And they're also like ready to go down for this one. Like, this is the one that they will hang their hat on. And you don't even care. They'll tell you the theory and you don't care. And it's worse that you don't care somehow. You're not even arguing with them, but they're like, you don't, this is the biggest thing that's ever happened. We used to live in a simpler time. Don't you remember? Don't you remember when it was just Bigfoot? What an innocent time that was. When it was just Bigfoot. That's the most you had to worry about. Like conspiracy theories didn't even have like a political lean to them. Now, like, most of the conspiracy theories out there have like some sort of political bend on top of it. Bigfoot didn't have that. There were people across the aisle from each other. It didn't matter your party. You could find someone in every party that was like, well, the picture's blurry, but like, you used to go to a party and like, for every big party you went to, there was like one Bigfoot guy there. But he never brought it up unless you did. He was a gentleman. He wasn't forcing it on everybody. It would only be if somebody was like, yeah, that's like believing in Bigfoot. Then he would pipe up. Then he'd have to say something to defend himself. It's like, that's like believing in Bigfoot. It's like, well, there's actually some pretty conclusive evidence. Like, oh, it was such a sweet time. It's beautiful. I miss it. Now it's like everything. Like, it also used to just be things that were questionable. But now it's everything. Everything has like a scam underneath it, or they're trying to get you. It's too much. But they are trying to get you. So it's like that's what makes it tough. That's why you can't throw everything out. Because this is my thing. The craziest conspiracy theory back in the day, one of the wildest ones, would just be someone going on and on and on about like the elites are planning to destroy us. They're doing all this stuff to destroy the population. They don't care about us. They're building bunkers. And now today we're like, yeah.
You got to recognize how wild that is. Like 2005's Talking Reckless is like today's, of course. Have you not been paying attention? If only like the most unhinged person from 2005 could just teleport to now. I say teleport, I know they're probably still alive, but I just mean teleport so that way when they're talking on the internet, people are like, yeah, and they could just be with their people, you know? Because people do this thing, it's very aggravating, where they ease themselves into whatever the thing is. It's wild until it's not. That's why I personally, if you meet me and we're chatting or whatever, I let everybody have like one. You can have one, yeah. Because you might notice different things I don't notice. Do you know what I mean? Like we have different life experiences. You see life through a different lens. You've been places I've never been to. Maybe you notice something I didn't notice. You get one. You don't get five. You don't get five. And please don't mix them. I'm so tired of people mixing them. The moon got nothing to do with 9/11. Please. Please. People mixing them nonstop. And that's why I try to just let people have some things. Because I don't know. And then whenever people are proven right, when something is a conspiracy theory for 50 years, and then one day it's found out to be true, then everyone's like, yeah, I knew. No, you didn't know. Don't do that. Even if you knew, you weren't willing to be weird about it. This person was ostracized. That's stolen valor right there. They were out there by themselves screaming on the sidewalk for years. Nobody listening. And then a news story breaks and now all of a sudden it's like, yeah, we all kind of had a hunch. It's like, no, stop. Don't do that. Everybody gets like one. I'll tell you my one right now. And look, I can accept the fact that this may change how you feel about me. I have to be prepared for that. That's okay. It is important to be honest with you. You'll either find out who someone is eventually, or they'll keep pretending so that they can be liked. I need to be honest with you about what I think. Okay? So I'll tell you, and I also, if anybody wants to leave after I say this, that's also understandable. I get it. Okay. Just me, I'm not telling you what to think. I don't believe in old, feeble people. I think they faking it. All right? They faking it. I'm telling you right now that no. No. Sometimes you'll see sometimes somebody 99 years old with a cane and stuff like that. And so, no, he needs that cane. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Kick it from under him. See what happened. Kick it from under him. See if it doesn't go flying and he go, oh! No. I don't trust it. That's why when I'm getting on a flight, and I see like an older man with a suitcase trying to get it into the overhead bin, I don't help him. I tell him, like, you're not gonna get me. Oh. I bring this up because my buddy was taking care of one of his elders, right? He was much older, and I don't know what injury, I don't know what happened. All I know is that he was like bedridden. It was serious, couldn't get out the bed. So my buddy was doing everything for him. Even took off work to be there all day, do whatever he needed. He was making his meals for him. He was just taking good care of him. But finally, like 6 days had passed, and so he finally had to go out, run some errands, get groceries, stuff like that, just so he could keep taking care of him and stay home and stuff. So he told him, he was like, hey, I gotta go, all right? I gotta go for a little while. Do you need anything before I go? Because I'm gonna be gone for a couple hours. And, might even been his great-granddad. I don't know. His granddad's laying there, and he's like, no, I'm good. And he's like, you sure? I can bring something in here so it's like in arm's reach. He's like, no, I'm good. So then he left. And while he was gone, I don't know if, great grand got bored. I don't know what it was. All I know, he told me, this man got up out the bed and put on some James Brown. Didn't just put on the James Brown, was dancing to it. And not just dancing, like kind of dancing sexy. Like he said he came home and his great-grand's over here. Oh. He said he opened the door. He didn't see him right away. So he kept dancing. Finally, he slammed the door behind him. Said, great-grand, turn around. Oh, it was a nice time when conspiracy theories had no lean to them. They weren't so specific either. It's just general. It's like, hey, it's aliens. Aliens aliens brought people together. It did. It wasn't like a right or left issue. It was like everyone had different feelings about the aliens. Like if they were actually going to drop, then people would be divided. But for the most part, if we're just looking at flying saucers, everybody was a little interested. Now everything's got its own fully political bend. I'll even tell you, coming from the US, right? A hardcore right-wing conspiracy theory. Something just out of nowhere, right? Well, it'll be hey. The bakery down the street, that bakery got a dungeon where they're eating people. You'll be like, how do you even know this? What do you... Got a couple croissants there the other day. As I was walking out, I heard somebody, yum. But I could tell it was coming from the floor. They eating people. You sure they not just eating more croissants? No, because I heard yum, and then I also heard yow, that's somebody biting somebody. And then because conspiracy theories and fighting over them spreads like wildfire, this bakery will get enough online harassment that the owners will actually come out and be like, y'all, okay, we're gonna post online the blueprints to the building. And this is what's so aggravating about conspiracy theories, is that you can't provide evidence that there is no evidence. You also can't prove emotions wrong. So if someone just believes something with all their heart, there's almost nothing you can do. Logic isn't going to beat it. So they'll even post the blueprints online, full blueprints. They shouldn't have to give anybody this, full blueprints of the building. And you'll go back to this conspiracy theories, you'll ask them, what about that? They don't even have a basement. And then this person will be like, you think they're going to put the dungeon in the blueprint? There have been times where it got so bad, this has happened in the U.S. many times, where it got so bad that they actually invite the conspiracy theorists over just to prove to them for their own eyes that nothing is going on. They might even invite this person over so that they can see the back room. And they'll even let somebody take a sledgehammer to the tile to show there's nothing underneath but cement. And they'll still be like, must have covered it before I got here. An example of a left-wing conspiracy theory, a real lefty wild one. My friends even pulled me aside and been like, hey, shh. Listen, I have it on good authority, okay? Hard evidence, video footage, that Trump has been boo-booing his pants for the last 6 months. And you'll even be like, how, okay, how is this information helpful? Like, truly, how, what am I supposed to do with this? Also, are you like sure? Are you like really? You sure? I'm like, yes, of course I'm sure. They pull up a video, they got, they start writing on it like it's a football play. They're like, look, July 25th, right here. Why he standing like that? You see him leaning? Why he leaning like that? Like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess maybe. Or maybe he's just about to go inside. Maybe he's tired. I don't know. They're like, no, wake up. Open your mind up, okay? I know what I'm talking about. How could you possibly know? It's not like anything. You can't see anything. How do you know? I got a toddler. I know exactly what that stance is. I bring all this up because there's a conspiracy theory rocking the internet at the moment. Maybe some of you have already heard of it, maybe you haven't, but eventually it's going to come your way. There was a concert last night in New York City where Usher was performing. And there are thousands and thousands of people that think it was a fake Usher. Don't get me wrong. This man was making all the right noises. Came out, was doing, ooh, 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 ooh. Doing all the right, like, emotive mumbles and everything. But there was just something about him. A lot of people had a lot of different theories. There were some people that were like, that's not Usher. He got too many clothes on. There were other people that were like, no, the bone structure different. But you gotta understand that a lot of the people saying this were like at the concert. This isn't just people seeing a clip and then being like, is that Usher? It was in the moment. There were people posting, y'all, they got a fake Usher at the concert. And look, to be fair to them, Usher comes out and he's doing a couple songs, but he's got the shades on. Shades are covering a good portion of the face. And he had a cap on. The cap was like hanging low, causing some shadow. And so even when I was watching, I was like, is that? Wait, is that Usher? Or I think that's Usher. But this person, no matter who it is, Usher or not, looks out of the 360 degrees that you could look at a person, 2 of these degrees, that does not look like Usher. And I'm not, I'm not dealing with, 1% of the sort of like notoriety that Usher has. But I've had instances before where people have thought I was someone else. I've had instances where people thought I was me. I would like to think I look like me every day. But apparently there are just some days I don't look like myself. There was someone who came up to me and they were like, you look exactly like this comic I like. I like watch his stuff all the time. You look exactly like him. And then I'm still trying to get used to this thing. Like I'm still trying to get used to what to do when that sort of thing happens. And so they were like, you look just like this comic that I really like. And I was like, oh, I do comedy. And I'm not even kidding. I'm being completely serious right now. I was like, I do comedy. And then they were like, oh, good. Good luck with that. Okay. Yeah. There's mistaken identity all the time. There was one time I was in Italy. You know the market, not like, I didn't mispronounce the country. I just realized there might not be any Italys here, and so then y'all were like, uh-oh, oh buddy, oh no, he has an injury. No, so I was at, I'm saying it right, look. I was at Italy, okay? And I was with a buddy trying to figure out what we wanted to get, because when you go to Italy, this is a real place, just so you know. When you go to Italy, there's like a market, and then there's also restaurants in there. Lots of cool stuff. A couple bars. And we're trying to figure out where we're gonna eat. And then this guy comes up to me, he's like, yo man, what's up? Now, if you approach me with enough enthusiasm, I will worry that we have already met. And I'll just feel bad that maybe I forgot. So then he was like, yo, what's up? And he, grabs my hand and everything, we'll do a hug and everything. He's like, how you been? And I'm like, oh, I'm good. Because I don't, for a second, I'm trying to place who this is. So I'm like, is this another comic that maybe I've only met one time? Is this someone that I met after a show? Like, I'm trying to place it because he came in so hot, right? He came in so hot. And so I was like, oh, I've been good. How have you been? Trying to get more information. I'm like, maybe he'll give it away, how we know each other. I'm waiting for him to say something like, well, since I saw you in Arkansas, just so I can like pin it down. But he was like, I've been good. I mean, how Derek doing? And I'm like, all right, all the Dereks I know are from high school, so I don't think we go that far back. And I was like, Derek? And he's like, oh yeah, that's right, Derek left before you, so like, y'all probably wouldn't even met, yeah. I'm like, oh. But now I feel like I'm in too deep. Like now I don't know what to say. And so I'm like, oh yeah, maybe he left before me where we were. Where were we? And he's like, man, yeah, because I thought I saw you the other day on the street and I called out, but you didn't turn around. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I probably had my AirPods in, which is true. I like constantly walk around listening to music and stuff. He was like, yeah, man, because I called out to you because it's been like 8 years or something. This is crazy. And I was like, oh, yeah, it must have been a while. And finally, this dude asked me, he's like, so where are you working now? And I was like, oh, I'm at Daily Show. And he's like, oh, okay, you're not at the restaurant anymore? And I'm like, wait, okay. I worked at a restaurant when I was in high school. And he's like, oh. And then he realized I wasn't who he thought I was. And I've never seen in a person's eyes the level of trust disappear. And he was like, he gave me one more chance. He looked at me, deep mind, he backed up a little bit. And then he was like, Tyrone? I was like, oh, Josh. Then he was like, yeah, my name's Josh. And I was like, no, my name's Josh. And he's like, so you're not Tyrone? I was like, no. I'm really sorry. We've been talking for a while. I hope you find your friends. But yeah, it's a wild thing to watch because it wasn't just people saying maybe that's him, maybe that's not him. Full theories popped up immediately. There were people who were like, is this Usher? That's all they post. Is this Usher? And then someone would comment underneath them. I don't know if this person was at the concert or not, but they were like, Usher, 47 years old. He can't do all that singing and dancing the whole concert. He got to get a doppelganger out there. Give him a break or something. Leave him alone. He's 47. Haven't you ever been 47? Imagine doing all that dancing and spinning and jiving and moving. You try being 47 and singing for 2 hours. The person underneath is like, but just ask the questions. Then there were some people that were like, no, the face is different. No, that's not Usher. That can't be Usher. And then there were people that commenting underneath them, that's Usher, I was there. Underneath them, I was also there. That's not Usher. Now I don't know who to believe. It was insane. All that was happening was that this person had on shades and they had a cap that was a little low. And apparently that was enough to be like, that's a totally different guy. There's no way that's the same individual. I don't know. Only Usher moves like Usher. If this isn't Usher, who is it? I know you don't care. I know, but this is the example that I'm making. People are losing their minds right now. If night one was like Usher, because Usher definitely did come out, by the way. Usher did, eventually, there was the costume change, maybe person change. And then Usher did come out. And it was full, you could see a whole face, everything. It was definitely Usher. And he was even doing being all, you know how he moves, yeah. But people couldn't get over it. There were people even left the concert and they were like, that was not Usher. I know Usher. That was some sort of doppelganger. I want a partial refund. To say partial is very generous, by the way. Like that, you duped me. I would like a 25% rebate. Because I will say, this person that was dancing, look, in all likelihood, it was Usher. But maybe it wasn't. Because he even had the moves like Usher. Like they weren't moving too different. It was a lot of like, throwing money in the air. Very Usher things to do. I hope it was Usher. If that wasn't Usher, then Usher should keep very close tabs on where that man goes and what he does. Because I'm telling you right now, if that dude shot somebody, Usher would go to jail tonight. He looked so much like Usher, I was like, that's Usher. And then I'd see another angle, I'd be like, that's not Usher. My feelings were torn. I was going back and forth. Every slide, I was like, that's not Usher, though. That's not, but it's all from the same performance. It was suspicious. Because there was points where he was singing that, like one song. Yeah, he was singing that one, right? Yeah, I mean, you've heard it. You heard it. You were alive during MySpace. You heard it. And so I'm waiting to hear him do the, like I'm waiting. And then this dude is like, I was like, why isn't the mic in his face? This is his part. Maybe it's not him. He should have done at least one thing to let us know it was him. Just one thing in the dance moves, even like while he's over here, like doing all the stuff. Just give us one, like, ow, like just give us one thing to let us know you 47 and everything. Because he's over here hitting everything too clean. Like this dude is out here. This is why people thought It's kind of a compliment. He did so well the whole show. People were like, that first guy with all the energy must have been like 30. If he would just one injury, we all would have been like, yeah, that's not true. Body can't hold up forever. He literally is so fit and did so well that people are like, I refuse to believe it. And this kicked up enough of a frenzy online yesterday that Usher himself responded. Usher posted, he was like, what are y'all talking about a clone? I know he was just typing, but this is how I read it in my mind. What are you talking about a clone? You can't clone this. Y'all are funny. AI is not that advanced.
He can serenade me any day.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God. That's the type of energy that would make him send the doppelganger and be like, hey, she after me. She coming at me. Please, give me some time. I'm married. I got to get home. No. I also, it's a very funny thing to me how I come here. This is my first time in Halifax, by the way. And y'all are truly phenomenal. Like I didn't know exactly what to expect. I didn't, because I hadn't been before. And, obviously there's a stereotype of like everybody's gonna be polite and everything. So, and I had also heard that y'all were very, very like chill. Like very, very chill, like very laid, like very like deeply laid back, like, and so I came out and I've experienced this whole weekend so many wonderful people, lots of chill people, and I'm just saying, look, as an outsider, right, as someone visiting, y'all could have more urgency. I'm just throwing out suggestions. I'm not even saying you got to do what I'm telling you to do, but I've been watching, and wow. Because y'all don't even, I was walking for a while. I got here Thursday. I walked around the Commons and a bunch of other places, and I almost walked to Dartmouth. Once I got to the bridge, I was like, nah, I'm lost. I don't know where I'm going. But I was walking and I was blown away the whole time. I was walking for like hours. And nobody honked. No. That's wild. I saw with my own eyes, I saw the light change and the first person not go right away. What type of conversations are y'all even having in your cars for the second, third, and fourth car to not honk? Like, to just straight up not go. It's changed. This is when you go. Everything's above board. It's illegal. You can go. The light changed. And then the people second, third, and fourth, nothing. Are they just in the car? Like, truly, are they in the car like, you just never know what people are going through. You know what I mean? This was insane. It was. It was. Finally, like yesterday, I finally was walking and I heard somebody honk. Finally, a honk. The horn comes with the car. Like but finally somebody honked, and so I saw it. They weren't even honking at somebody in front. They were honking at somebody that was coming. And they had even slowed down a bit. And the other person slowed down, and I was like, oh, it's about to go down. And I was like within earshot. Like I'm messy, so I knew I was about to hear whatever it was. They both rolled their windows down. Nobody was behind either one of them. It was a quiet street, and they both rolled their windows down, and this other person leans out, and I leaned my head up. And the person that honked, that leaned out, was like, your brights are on. Do you want to know the most insane thing about what I witnessed is that the honk? Okay, when this person honked, this is how I can tell that this place isn't real. When this person honked, everyone, regular people, turned around. What? Just everyone sprung in action like Superman. They heard a honk. They're like, someone needs help. That was crazy. That was wild. I can't leave it alone. The other Usher thing that's been bothering me is that there's such a specific way that he moved. Y'all remember the Usher glitch? Remember that he did that glitching out dance where he was like, stop, start. It wasn't like popping a locket. It was just something like too sexy for his body happened. You remember seeing it? It was clipped all around, and he was just like, and you were like, what? Is he sick? No. I can't get over it. Is it him? Is it not him? Because I'd like to think that I'd be able to tell. We don't know each other. He doesn't care what I think. But I would like for it to not be him. Because it means that there's, in a time where AI is stealing people's music, when it is putting artists out of work, it would mean that there's a new lane. If you look enough like an artist, you can give them like a 15-minute break mid-show. That'd be beautiful. Because honestly, I was very upset with myself. Spent all that time watching those videos, looking at pictures and everything. I couldn't tell if this was Usher or not Usher. I was sitting there like, do you remember the blue and gold dress? It's like that, but one dude. Because I'm going back and forth like, it's him, it's not him, it's him, it's not him. It was very uncomfortable. This must be what white people feel like all the time. Because I was like, had it happen to me. When I got here, I heard people, because people are never as quiet as they think they are. They're like, that's him. And their friends like, that's not him. They're like, it is. No, it's not. No, it's gotta be. Look, I looked up on my phone. That's him. No, everyone with the hoodie is not him. No, that's gotta be him. I'm gonna say something. Don't go over there. Don't go over there. That's not him. It's him. No, you're just being racist. That's him. I'm gonna go say something. And they walk over. And they were like, you look just like this comedian that I absolutely love. Like, watch all this stuff all the time. And I was like, I do comedy. And then they were like, good luck with that. This has got to be a pretty humbling tour for Usher, because just last week he brought a woman on stage and he was trying to dance on her, all sexy, you know, like he had his shirt off and everything. You could tell it was Usher, shirt off. And she was sitting there, and you know, Usher was kind of like doing his gyrating thing, doing some. It was like this, but sexy. And the whole time the woman was like, oh. Man. That's got to be humbling. You putting in the most work you can, using every muscle you have, and someone's like, you a little sweaty. You know who's never been accused of having a body double? I do wonder what Trump's body double would be. I mean, whoever they are sick. Like, that's, you're not grabbing a well man. That should be a diagnosis. You go to the doctor, they're like, you look just like the president. You need to get you on some blood thinners. Need you to stop eating pork. No. There's no double. Only he could do what he does. A double might mess up and fix something. Like a double. A double might show up and be like, yeah, why are we embezzling all this money? It seems like, I don't know. Why did we cut off the, oh, okay. So you just want me to stand here? No, nobody. Nobody on planet Earth, not Usher, not Trump, nobody could use a body double right now like Mitch McConnell. If you don't know Mitch McConnell, you'll never get to, all right? Mitch McConnell is someone who he was a senator. He's been on the other side for a while now. He's a senator from Kentucky. And was very old. And no one has seen him in a long time. And his office, his office hasn't been forthcoming with like any proof of life. They sent out a picture. They sent out a picture that it wasn't, okay. It wasn't just like an AI looking picture. It looked too good. Like if you try to convince me that this is Mitch McConnell, you need to mess him up a little bit. Like he was glowing in the picture. I mean, glowing is as much as you can be when you're Mitch McConnell. He was glowing the way, you know, like the way a turtle shell is shiny, like. But he looked better than he had looked in a long time since the last time we saw him. Because the last time we saw him, we were like, is that guy alive? And then fast forward to this picture and we were like, that's not him. There's no way. And then ever since they haven't, provided any voice recording or any like current picture. And then they made an announcement because now people were getting so furious and people were like, y'all, he's passed. They're just trying to hold off so they don't have to hold a special election. Like the noise started to get so loud that finally maybe his office in cahoots with the hospital, who knows? I have no idea. But finally they were like, Mitch McConnell's been released from the hospital. He's been, he left the hospital. And I was like, yeah. They usually don't let the body stay at the hospital. Like he's been discharged and sent home to recover. And I'm like, okay. But that's when like a body double would come in handy. It'd be so easy to be Mitch McConnell's body double. They already got to put like monster makeup on you, so you don't even have to like have the look. You just got to be willing to stand there and freeze. And everybody will be like, that's him. That's you see how stuck he is? That's him. Maybe one of the most delightful things about being in Halifax is that I'm here for Gus the Taurus's birthday. I already thought that Halifax's wholesomeness was unsettling. But then I found out about Gus the tortoise, the oldest gopher tortoise in the world. It's his 104th birthday today. And y'all don't just keep them all cooped up in the Museum of Natural History. Y'all take them on walks. Take them on walk. Like, who walks a tortoise? Walk got to be a strong word. Like y'all must take him on a stand and you let him walk. Like 104. When I saw Gus, I'm not gonna lie, for a split second, I was like, is this Mitch McConnell's body double? Halifax, y'all been incredible. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for an amazing weekend.